Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next part of the not Guild Wars, what I was about to say, the DEI Cimmeria campaign. Usually it's Saturdays is when I do the Guild Wars Prophecies playthrough. Not Prophecies, the Guild Wars stuff. But today I decided I want to do the DEI Cimmeria campaign stuff on Saturdays because if I'm not able to record a video tomorrow, then it'll be easier for me to make time for the DEI Cimmeria campsite to make the Guild of Prophecies playthrough for the video than it is to make this is later in the week than it is for the DEI Cimmeria campaign, which happens earlier in the week. And we'll kind of see how things go today. Let's see. So we're actually defending now because we were besieging them, but we let them come to us, as it would provide us a nice little advantage. And because they attacked us, though, I don't think that means that we'll automatically get the settlement. So basically what we want to do is when we win, we want to make sure that as many of the enemy are dead as possible, so as to make sure that when we actually attack into the settlement, we will take it for certain. We need to be kind of careful here. I'm going to actually change out I'm going to get you guys into 2 lines instead of 1 line. That way, because there's less troops to defend you right now, so I want to make sure that my archers, which are the reason why I'm going to win this battle, are as healthy as can be. I have a completely full healthy unit here, so I'm going to keep these in the back. This guy's on the flank here with the generals on the other flank. Okay, we're good. So the enemy's got to come to us. We need to make sure we're in guard mode because they're gonna try and rout us and stuff. You can spread you out a little bit more. At the end, this is the enemy garrison here, primarily archers and the like. Because this is not Scythian. This is not a Scythian garrison, though it's pretty similar as they are. They're kind of a Scythian-like faction. Though this is actually an army, not the garrison itself. The garrison's actually quite small. Though they actually have a garrison. Rude. This goes to show how disloyal my people were. So the enemy is incoming, so we're going to have to keep an eye out. There's quite a lot of enemy cav incoming, so I'm going to pull back my own cav here. And I'm changing up the position of my own archers here to try and my spearmen to try and assist in this fight. I'm going to try and get my spearmen now launched onto the enemy. It will mean this flank's a little bit more open, but that's not the end of the world, as it does mean that. But there's nothing just in this flank besides the enemy here. Oops, I was not paying attention. My spearmen got flanked here, but it looks like they didn't take too many losses, it would appear. So we surrounded this one enemy unit of cav, and we're just going to surround pound him, basically. We have this unit of spearmen and multiple units of horses, kind of just on top of him, deleting him. Where's my general? Looks like he's still chasing after that guy. I'm going to inspire and rally, just to make sure everyone's doing A-okay. Yeah, that guy's getting just deleted now as he's being surrounded on all sides. This guy's just causing some havoc by charging into our archer lines. Though thankfully he's not hitting all of their archers, so we're mostly okay. Once we get rid of the enemy cav advantage, we'll honestly probably win this battle. Yeah, these guys did hit our hoplites in the back, but our hoplites are strong, and they will be able to take it without any issues. My general, though, for some reason, is not doing the best job at keeping up with this other cav. I guess, are they lighter than him? They're a little bit lighter than him, so that might be why. But it's definitely a bit on the frustrating end when he's just casually moving through our lines while my general's struggling. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but no, it's not the other way around. But it looks like we're winning the cavalry section and the infantry, which means we now have a very significant advantage in terms in this battle. As now the one who'll be able to decide the kind of the fate is going to be us, not the enemy here. And we're going to try sending in their cav. I tried to countercharge, but I think I was a little bit too late to do that, so I'm going to get my spearmen to assist our Drisians here. Our archers are largely doing A-okay. I'm going to kind of reposition our archers a little bit to get them into better firing lines. Let's see. My Adricians unfortunately got kind of deleted, even with the, and they're pushing through my spearmen, which is very rude of them to do that. Where's my other spearmen? Yeah, they're just gonna. Oh yeah, these guys are in guard mode. That's why they're not chasing right now. Even though I ordered them to. Let me get this group here. I'm gonna order them over there to try and deal with that enemy. I'm gonna send these guys now into this side here to try and gain an advantage where we can. Let's see, come on, boys. Looks like they did shatter one of our archers with that charge. And we're setting in now these cav to assist. I don't know why they're not attacking that guy. Even though I'm pretty sure I select attack that guy, not attack that location. But who knows? Who knows, really? Alright, now we're going to start to take some focus fire out onto the enemy's horse archers, hopefully. Especially in that center position. Looks like we're running out of ammunition, too. This thing stand. Now's the time to try and put the pressure. The enemy has completely lost the advantage of horses, so now it's kind of up to us. I need that guy to kind of grab the enemy spears and to kind of stop them from catching my cav. My general's being very slow. He's not even tired, but he's been very slow this whole battle. Perfect. You are already being aggroed. All these are actually grabbing my attention of my spears, surprisingly enough. I'm going to set in this cav unit to assist. Now we're pushing into the main force of the enemy here. Perfect. Like, fine with me. What remains of my archers doing the rest of fire. My general's gone around the enemy. I'm going to now set him in. But the noose is set as the enemy archers are now basically helpless in the face of my cav, as they no longer have anyone really to defend them effectively. And now it's just a mopping up work now. I'm going to inspire as I charge to try and maximize the impact. And then we're going to just keep running through just like the enemy did, because we ourselves need some spearmen or something else to take on the enemy's melee troops. Okay, there's my other spearman here. Perfect. Both of you guys together in a group, form a line. Good job catching that guy. I'm going to get the other group here and send them to assist, considering the fact that they are outnumbered, even if they are cavalry. So I want to make sure that they do their best to clean up. You keep focused on cleaning up those archers while everyone else moves around to assist. Our spearmen now formed a line. Our hoplites are now moving up, which means that this battle is basically over. They are braced, so that should hopefully help with the charge. Though admittedly, these are, I don't know how well their defenses hold against, actual people. Maybe I should have had them charge themselves, but I did not think to do that, so my bad there. I'm going to send in the healthiest of you guys in to assist this battle as a nice flanking rear charge, while the rest of my cavalry keep focusing on cleaning up as much of the enemy as they can get to. You are the lightest one, so I'm going to send you over there to kill those shattered archers. A very light step is actually going to beat up my Thrail spearmen because they're just that much healthier than them right now. But my hoplites are going to engage, as my hoplites, while wounded, are stronger than these guys. They're tired now, not surprising. Let's see. Thankfully, though, my hoplites are fresh and they're not tired like my spearmen most likely were. Which means that they're going to have an advantage. Their numbers all combined are going to be more than these spearmen and their elite troops compared to the Thrail spearmen. So this should be a nice, simple fight. Though I wonder why they're taking a very strange roundabout way to attack, all things considered. But That might have honestly just negatively impacted my own cav charge, because for some reason they're like, you know what, we're right here. Why should we bother, attacking directly? When we can just mess up our allied cav charge and make the battle take that much longer. Why do that? Why not do that? Let's continue for just a moment so I can finish off these guys here. Take them out, boys. Take them out. Show them who's boss. Yeah, getting these guys wiped out will make it so actually taking the summon will be that much easier. There should only be like the one ship left, because the garrison came out with the army as part of the reinforcements, so shouldn't be too much extra work. There we go. And they actually had more troops than us, but and we still lost a decent amount of troops in that battle. It wasn't a complete knockdown drag up, because they had a lot of archers. That's why their army actually was completely made up of archers with only a little bit of cav, and with some cav, no melee troops. The melee troops that we countered were all from the garrison. And one of those archers actually fled with a lot left. Thankfully our cav are largely untouched. Our hoplites though are pretty beat up, and we still have a respectable amount of our archers left in the army as well. They've been beat up though. We'll need to manually take over the area. Yeah, hopefully after the Cambodians have made peace with the Bactrians, hopefully the Asgardians will also make peace with the Bactrians. That way all my allies and my... Let's see, intrigue. Your advisors are accompanied by master horsemen. Your cavalry recruits will be better trained. Nice! So what's the politics situation like? Okay, the loyalty has been fixed. We now have the control we need. Now we need to start gathering some support, ideally, but we need to make sure we secure loyalty first. Let's improve. Can I use any of you to help, improve relations? That'll help a little bit. We won't be able to gather support too much. I can apparently I can also have this guy get married, apparently. See. I think this is an adopted woman. I was about to say, is this actually my oldest? No, it's an old granny. But Athenios is somebody we want to keep an eye on, since he will, since he's our new heir. He's a blood heir, while everyone else is adopted. The only male blood heir, even. So we want to definitely see how his growth progresses. We could auto-resolve this, honestly, and have no problems in the battle, apparently. So we'll just finish it off with an auto-resolve. Our wounded and battered army, due to the fact that we just didn't notice, I completely forgot about the rebel army, and it basically just ended up costing these guys a lot of lives. And this army now is basically, probably would have been just fine before, is now very weakened. Let's see. I do like the plus 10% ammunition for all missile troops, considering how powerful missile troops are. Now I need to pay money to convert all this back to where I want it to be. Figures. Well, we have one last Scythian region to go. These guys are still making their way towards Ra, the last holdout of the enemy, while these guys, which even without me paying attention to them, actually healed themselves up a respectable amount. I'm going to actually have those guys fortify before I move them, instead of moving them in the winter. I don't want to upgrade Michetta yet, because I'm a little bit worried about that situation over there. Let's see. Tarsos, thankfully, has not been threatened since it began, but it's a very large military colony, so it's a-okay. Where's the Roma impersonators? Roma impersonators. Yeah, there they are. They're almost there. They'll be able to reach side in a couple of turns, and we'll have the Roma impersonators. We'll have the first battle against actual Rome. We'll see how it goes. It'll be kind of funny, I think. We'll send these guys west to now they need to deal with the Getae. The Centaurs, I'm going to keep in Mesopotamia for now, though the public order is going up enough that I actually feel confident that things will be improving. I'm thinking, I'm tempted to build more waterworks, because honestly I wouldn't be against having some more wealth from farming. You know, let's do wealth, let's do that. It also is a public order increase building, so it's, you know, why not do that in my farming region? Okay. Let's see, what is the situation now? So let's see, they're not going to want to trade with me. How are you looking, Bactria? Who are you at war with right now? Bactria actually starts to like me a little bit more now, so that's going to be nice. Well, not especially because I have the war with Getae, apparently, has brought them over the edge. They're still at war with Asgarta and with Mura. Hope with any luck we'll see if Mura, like the fact that they're at war now with Getae and my other enemies, will maybe get my allies to like them a bit more. We'll see. In terms of objectives, we've done most of the Vanquished. We need to completely take. Apparently, we do need to actually own Thrace, and because the fact that our ally no longer owns anything in Thrace, I'm actually going to conquer it. Where originally I was going to just client state it. I am going to conquer it. I won't take Macedonia though, especially because it looks like Pergamon to retaken an area in this region. They've taken 2 areas in that region, so I'm definitely going to kind of reward them from their good work by not taking anything beyond Thrace and Greece. You know, so also the fact that I do have some allies in the region. I suspect there might eventually be war between Crete and Athens if their alliance ever breaks down. Actually, I think they're allied, right? Actually, they're allied, so I don't think they'll probably break with them. Never mind. I was gonna say it's like, wouldn't surprise me if there's war between them because they like share a province, but it looks like they're not gonna go to war with each other, at least not yet. You know, they might go to like. I think if not for the fact that I have an alliance with both of these guys, I think Pergamon would be tempted to attack them because Pergamon's like bigger. But I think because they kind of have an alliance with each other, and I am allied with 2 of them, Pergamon's not likely to attack them, just so he doesn't anger me, because I am a lot bigger than Pergamon. You know, the fact that I'm going to be taken outside. And I'm either going to conquer side, or what I might do is I might just subjugate it. I might just like liberate it and and trade with them in case Pergamon wants to take them for themselves. Because I don't mind Pergamon getting a little bit stronger by having like that southwestern part of Asia Minor. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that at all. Though now I think about it, I think this was Pergamon, but I think this might have actually been Egyptian. Because I don't think Pergamon and Egypt are at war. Yeah, they're not at war with each other, so. Yeah, I definitely, actually, now I think this was Egypt, that was Pergamon, though. And that Rhodes took. Those of you who are curious, if you wish, you can read this year in history, 22 BC, if you wish to read it. I'm just going scrolling down a little bit. You guys are welcome to pause it and read it at your own leisure. Lots of attrition. We have no money left for this turn, so we're just going to honestly have to end turn, and this army's going to have to kind of lick its wounds. I'm tempted to just disband this army for now and rebuild it elsewhere. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just to make some money, back. The only one I'm not going to disband, honestly, I don't want to disband this whole army, but I'm going to disband most of the army. I did not mean to. Well, actually, I want to disband. They say anything that's not like high max level, I'm planning on disbanding right now. And what is going to happen is I'm going to kind of like give these to a passing unit, I think. Or I might, kind of like replace you. No, I can't replace you. I might take the rest of this army and march it to Syria. You know, like move, like get a new general, replace this guy, and then make use of the fact that these guys are experienced troops to kind of make use of that. Iridii are still in this region here. You know, I don't have the money to finance the rest of my fleet, unfortunately, so I can't quite take them on. But they're kind of just there, you know, living, doing nothing that's a big threat to me right now. Well, let's end turn, I guess. Yeah, we've effectively, you know, stopped our civil war from happening. It was the Tanaic nobility leadership. He wasn't even killed in battle. I'm pretty sure he just died of old age or something. And they were still pissed at me. Like, come on, broski. Okay, once we get the loyalty settled, we need to definitely start working on gathering support and resecuring our influence in our territories. You know, we've probably been just a little bit too focused on trying to take out somebody, and we should have been more focused on, you know, supporting ourselves. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, to get Tay, we'll have to keep an eye on because they'll probably try to cause some problems for us. Looks like Pergamon just lost Epidomnos. No, Pergamon, just do your best, buddy. Just do your best. Okay, where? Adoption, apparently. We can barely allow them to be adopted. I'm going to stop the adoption even if it'll cost me a lot of money. The woman's playing higher. Mission successful. Woe to the vanquished. We earned some money for that. Excelsior. We have a new objective. Control 10 provinces, either direct ownership or through client states. How much do we have? I would think we have a lot, but maybe we don't quite have 10. The Iridii have joined the war against Pergamon, which means that now Pergamon and the Iridii are now going to be directly at war with each other, because they're kind of at war with each other's allies, each other's allies rather than each other. So we'll see how that kind of changes the political and military landscape of the area. We'll keep those guys marching west. Same with you guys, now that you have the opportunity. Watch you guys west. You won't be able to replenish, but they will replenish on the way, and that's good enough for me. I was about to say, that looks like 3 armies, but no, it's actually just like not even 1 full army. So we're good there. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to convert Olbia back to where I want it to be. Let's see, I want I'm tempted to just go for Sacred Grove. But Hermes isn't too bad either. I don't know if I want a Fishmonger. Fishmongers usually aren't kind of worth it in my view, but it is a dock. Like, docks I think are pretty nice in their own right, so let's do dock. Trader, outpost. What was I was going to build a healer probably. Now we have Olbia. Everyone else here is replenishing nicely. They'll be fully replenished in a couple turns. I won't be able to, rebuild this army to anything meaningful, but it'll be useful for kind of staying here for the time being. Especially if I gotta step out of Olbia real fast and just patrol the region. That'll help the public order go up nicely. Galenos and Petro. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation because the nearest army that's able to support them is a few turns away over here, but that's in the region, so it's not that far off, One more turn and we can attack Ra. We did take a little bit of attrition on the way here, but the army is mostly all right. So the diplomatic situation is basically the same as before. We just might have to keep an eye on Pergamon taking Iridian territory from me, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Looks like the situation here is relatively stable. Looks like Rome hasn't tried attacking Rome, and Rome hasn't tried attacking Pergamon in Asia Minor. Rome probably has lots of enemies right now, so I'm not too surprised. How many enemies does Rome have now? So many, it's hard to see. Some of them I don't know, who are probably in the Western and Northern Europe. We have Knossos, Rhodos, my allies, the Suevos, we haven't discovered yet, but we know a lot of people don't like the Suevos. We have Egypt, naturally, Pergamon, my allies, myself, and yep. Basically everybody in the world. Rome in the real world was a lot smarter than that. They weren't at war with everybody. They just eventually got in war with almost everybody, but they weren't at war with them all at the same time. You know. Looks like Rome retook Apollonia, and looks like they took Cyprus from Egypt with their navy, or at least that might have been just an army on a boat. I'm not sure. But I'm at least going to drive them from the mainland. And if they did just take Cyprus, I'm more than happy to take it from them. Because they took Cyprus, and that will allow me to take that island territory right next to Syria, which will make it so I can secure Syria for myself, safely. See, Knossos wants a military alliance, but they want money. I mean, I'll give you a military alliance, but I'm not going to pay you for the privilege. I mean, you probably could have had them pay me if I really wanted to, but I wasn't really planning on asking them for it, so I could say I was being lenient. Lenient. See, it looks like Asgard is pulling some of their armies back to those Bactria. I wonder if their war is getting hot again. A daughter comes of age. A faction joins my enemies. I don't even know who you are. Got a lot more. Subject 20 different factions making their client states or capturing their last remaining settlement. It's one of those situations where it's like, who are you? Somewhere way far away from me, so you're not a threat. Like, a faction joins your enemies. It's like, okay, but I don't think we've... Oh, it's right there next to Getae. Okay. I was going to say, it's like... It's one of those things where you meet someone for the first time and they're just suddenly rude and everything. It's like, who are you? What have I done to you? What? Oh, Pergamon took side. Whew. Thank goodness it gives me the warning of, do you really want to do this? Because I was about to be like, oh my... Could I... I need a navy here to let my army land there. I'm going to just keep sending the Roman mercenaries westward through Pergamon's territory. Good on Pergamon taking that settlement in Asia Minor. Make my life easier not having to worry about them anymore. I'm going to build a... let's see... It will give me some nice amount of money, so let me do that. We already have banditry that's kind of already being dealt with a little bit, and that will also kind of help somewhat with the troubles we're going to have. So as a fishmonger, is better money and less resources. Let's do fishmonger. We're building a dock which will help counteract banditry as well, so it's not like I'm completely, being foolish in that respect. I'm going to build that granary store because we do need the food. And let us attack raw. The game thinks we're going to lose, but I think we could win this pretty easily, though my elephant actually took surprising amounts of damage. I'm going to encircle for now, for just a quick second, so I can take a quick stock of the rest of my situation. I can now once again secure loyalty. Those guys actually lost a lot of loyalty for some reason. I don't know why it suddenly dropped, but something definitely happened there. Yeah, the Phonogrid nobility have way too much influence. I definitely need to start working on that political situation as soon as I'm able. Okay, Obia's just kind of stuck there right now. But it's almost completely replenished as a little bit of a small defensive force, if nothing else. I definitely want to take Edessa's as fast as possible. I'll let the other army kind of deal with the Getae, because the Getae hasn't really attacked us yet, so I'm not too worried about them, but I want to get to Thrace as soon as possible to start making war on the enemy. What's the situation like over here? Looks like it's kind of basically stayed as is. The Asgartans are not war with the Cambojas, but they're still war with Bactria. Yeah, Camboja's at war with nobody except the Getae, which means that my allies here won't kill them. They're allies of this guy, so they're not going to go through his territory to attack Bactria. Bactria's not going to do the same to them unless they want to just wipe out Cambojas, but because they chose to make peace with them, I don't think they're likely to do that. So this kind of situation, I think, is just at an impasse right now in the war, because I'm also kind of surprised that they're choosing not to, like, you know, go through here to attack Bactria, because they both are actually, I think, allowed to do that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Bactria is actually looking to do that right now. Well, might as well finish off the Horse Lords, right? Get an objective done. We have lots of objectives. So apparently this one is, we got a new objective. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I guess maybe the other one ran out? I guess. Is take Illyria. So I guess these must be temporary victories then. I thought that was like an actual like thing I had to do. So places that I must conquer is Pontus. Except I already have that through military ally. Once either Pergamon or I take Ephesus, that'll be done. Latium, I just need to conquer Rome. I'll do that soon. Egyptos, I'll conquer that eventually. And of course now Cappadocia is secure because Pergamon recaptured sides. I'm tempted to try and bring this navy around here so that way I could potentially do a land assault. Oh, an assault upon Rome on Salmis right now, but I don't think I can right now. But, so, we might as well attack Raw and finish off the Horse Lords. The game thinks we're not going to win, but I can tell you we're going to win this. Let's assault. And if this army ends up not being strong enough, then I'll just move my army that's in the north. Which is not, it's only a few turns away. This is probably one of our strongest armies out right now. Perfect weather for us. So our hoplites are ready to go. Our axemen are in perfect position, are nice and healthy and ready to help hold the line. Our spearmen are going to kind of go out a little bit more. I'm tempted to actually separate these out slightly just so that way one archer is not quite enough to hit all of them. So I'm going to then adjust the rest of my lines accordingly. Basically kind of spreading out my army slightly. Which will also mean there's more room for maneuvering with my archers. So I actually do kind of want them a little bit focused slightly in different areas. Want a little bit more focus on the flanks. Like the majority of them kind of focus on the front because that's where the main threat's going to be. But this will allow them to spread out a little bit more. And hopefully be a little less subjected to enemy assault. But still we have the bag train in the back, nicely designed to help keep them alive. There we go. I think it's a nice little formation. We have horses there, horses there. We're gonna have our elephants. So we're gonna keep our elephants a little bit in the back, and engage them once the battle gets started. Because I am a little bit worried about them getting kind of clapped by enemy archers. Because the thing that the enemy does have is a lot of archers. Lots of horse archers, to be exact. They attacked us, so they should be. How do they have deployables? We attacked them. Never mind. I didn't attack them. They didn't attack us. I attacked them. So let me start moving up. I was about to say, why do they have deployables when they were the aggressors? I'm innocent, and it's like, oh wait, no, actually, I am the bad guy. Oh, that's actually bad for us. That's an interesting flank for that force to be. So we're gonna readjust our flank, the way our army's kind of positioned to try and react to that potentially. It is honestly going to be better for us to wait for the enemy to come to regroup now, that we don't have that open flank facing the enemy. I want to turn up the volume of the music because it's a little loud now. Actually, it might just be the entire master volume I want to bring up, and that's the exact music volume. There we go. That's much better. I love the Rome music. I'm going to start moving up a little bit. So we have to be careful, as there looks like there are traps here, so we're not going to advance past this line, it looks like. Thankfully, some of the enemy landed on their own traps and lost a couple of men to them. Very convenient for us. Those are some very nice spears. These guys are designed to charge. They have a massive charge bonus. Gee, actually, I say massive, but I guess we also have a pretty good charge bonus too. Is the enemy moving up now? Oh, the enemy is actually moving up against us now, so we're going to need to press play and now get ready to see this situation as it is. Our uplets are still getting into position. We want to focus fire on the enemy horse archers, not on the enemy's infantry, because our infantry are better than the enemy infantry. But the big thing that's going to cause us trouble is the fact that our cavalry cannot catch the enemy's horse archers. The more we delete their horse archers, the better we will be using our archers. I'm going to try engaging one of my horses on this flank. They're all doing a good job blocking with their shields for now. But yeah, this point of the battle is trading blow for blow with archer fire, essentially, and hoping that our guys tank better than their guys. And so far, we're definitely doing better than they are. Change your targets now that they're that one broke. Perfect. That one broke. Next one. Now on that one. Your target broke, it looks like, so focus on that one. You guys are doing a great job. I'm going to send you in to support them as well. It looks like in terms of the archer battles, we are officially winning. And the enemy actually walked over their own traps to get at us, which I find infinitely hilarious. So what's the flank going on like over here? Yeah, now looks like we've defeated all the enemy's horse archers. Now we're going to start focusing on their normal archers, and it looks like they actually still have a couple left. I was going to say now we're going to start focusing on the enemy's actual archers, try and break them too. I'm sending my cav in here to try and break the enemy archers, especially now because they weren't doing anything to react. Now they are, so I'm going to start falling back my cav. Actually, I'm going to try and see if I can't charge into this guy's back. These guys are actually pretty good at holding out. These guys must have some melee stats, but I just rear charged them with a nice unit of cav with a very good charge bonus. I would have not pulled them back to safety. It's a really good charge. We got some good archer fire on the enemy now. Right now, I'm just going to let my archers basically unleash all of their ammunition before I engage the enemy, as we effectively have the ranged advantage now. You, my beautiful bastards, keep doing what you're doing. Did you fire at that one at all from your position? Same with you. Let's see, is that... There are spikes behind them, so if they do not retreat, we can be okay. So I'm going to start advancing there. You are fact attack somebody who's already retreated, so new target for you. It looks like the dramatic elimination of the enemy is not quite as high now, but there's still a respectable amount of them dead. In just a moment, we will be able to kind of recharge again as the enemy is pulled back. Are you rested? You are rested enough for me now, so let's get in that attack there. Looks like the enemies are not running away behind that spike line yet, so we'll need to just make sure these guys do not accidentally charge through it. Change target to the one that's not going through the spikes. Perfect. Nice rear charge there upon those guys. Slowly and methodically wiping out the enemy archers. Alright, let's not pull them back. They did what they needed to do. Took out a very large chunk of them. They're going to take a decent amount of damage leaving, as those archers still are hitting them in the back, but I definitely think it was blow for blow was a good trade. Good, perfect. We just broke that one. I'm going to get these guys route in the back where they're supposed to be. Enemies, spearmen are going to try and engage, so while they're running over here, doing nothing useful for their allies, I'm going to fall back. Looks like we just broke the last of the enemy's archer line. Oh no, there's actually one more. Focus fire on that guy. The last of the horse archers, I think, is right there. Though I've said that before and I was proven wrong. So we'll see how well that stands. I'm gonna fall back to general just so he doesn't die to archer fire. The enemy must also be running out of ammunition soon enough themselves, all things considered. You're out of ammo. You have a little bit of ammo left. That was a good fall back from the enemy as the volley just came in to attack them and them alone. Let's see if you can finish that guy off with the last bit of your ammunition before we advance on the enemy here. The enemy has not been, doing nothing. They have been attacking back with their own archers, but their strategy is attacking our melee boys. Our strategy has been wiping their archers up before they can wipe out my melee boys. I would safely say my strategy has worked out nicely for me. I have now used all of our ammunition, so it's time to advance upon the enemy once again. But this time now with our melee troops, not just our cav. Whoops. I'm going to charge on my cav. That will also help these guys to not fire at my enemies, as they're going to start my units, as they're now going to start focusing on me and not my troops. Thus effectively making as if they have 0 archers instead of having 2 units left. We'll need to be very careful with this guy with the angle right here, because there is still a little spike right there. Throwing our javies now at the enemy while they're engaging. We want to charge these guys in once they finish with their javelins, but not too far ahead, or else that'll just cause problems for us. Perfect. We just wiped out the enemy's archers. Some spearmen are trying to charge us, but I think we should be okay just mass counter-charging them. We'll lose a few troops, but we should still have them finished off. Perfect. Our units over here have finished their targets. We're going to let them move over here. We're going to start charging the enemy. I'm going to attack here. I'm going to support my remaining cav over here. I'm going to order this guy here to chase that one. My general, I'm going to reform here before having him charge into battle. This is a light spear unit against a very heavy spear unit, so I'm surprised it's kind of even. I guess my guys are outnumbered. That's probably the only reason why it's considered even in the first place. So it looks like... I'm just going to charge straight into the enemy general to try and wipe him out. Perfect, we're winning the flanks now. Our hoplites are still strong enough that they're able to hold. We're going to make... I'm going to try and invest my archers into the melee now. With any luck, that'll allow them to just turn the tide of the battle completely in our favor. Yeah, one of our healthy hoplites already won their little skirmish there. Oops, sorry, wrong unit. I'm gonna have my step archers actually chase off those guys, because they can probably catch up. And at least keep them from coming back, if nothing else. I'm gonna start pushing back. Where's my general? I'm gonna rally and inspire before I pull them out. Letting the current guys get in. I completely forgot about my elephants. Might as well get them involved now while the party's still ongoing. I now chase those guys down. Perfect. I like it. I love it. Let's see. Let's start moving over here now. Our elephants have been activated now. I'm going to move my general around. I'm going to charge the enemy general with my cav, which will allow my general to hopefully rear charge them if they're not careful. Yep, I was right. These guys are slowly catching up, though. They are medium, so they might actually be slower. But, you know, who cares, I guess. If we're winning, we're winning. Once this breaks, that'll allow us to just very easily finish off the enemy. Why are you guys facing such a weird direction when your enemy's right there? Broskies, why are you doing this? It's weird. Unseemly, even. Let me pull that out my general out of the melee now. I'm going to have him just focus on chasing down what remains of the enemy, just to make sure they don't come back. Perfect. Now that those guys are wiped out, I'm going to just send in my elephants to finish off the remains of the enemy. And we now have the enemy surrounded. Perfect. Look at these guys formed up nicely so they can actually start being productive. Pull my general out of that general melee just to make sure he doesn't die an unfortunate death. I like how the battle's just now turning in our favor when the enemy's almost completely wiped out. It's like, now the battle's in your favor. You think it wasn't already in my favor? It's definitely one of those moments right there. The power of elephants is very strong. I got a message from somebody just now. What was that about? Time is it? That was 4 minutes ago. Okay. We'll need to be ending the episode soon, so I'm going to finish these guys off. These guys shouldn't come back, but in case they do, I'm chasing them down. Though group 2, I'm going to take out of the fight just to finish them off. You know, nice little surrounded, nice little like rear cycle charges in this guy. Perfect. Battle is over. But they outnumbered us almost twice. They had 1.5 times our number, but still we were victorious with only 518 deaths. Our archers were heroes. They, like, all of them killed over 100. A few of them even killed more than more than half of them killed more than 200 enemies. Now that's what we call power. Elephants came in very late into the battle, but they themselves killed over 100 troops. And of course, our hoplites stood firm, held the line while allowing us to win the flank slowly but surely. And we could liberate it if we wanted to, but I'm going to occupy because I want this whole region for myself. And can we finish that guy off? Yes. And thus we finish off the last of the Scythians, showing them once and for all who the boss here is. And we've destroyed the Scythians. We are supreme. I'm gonna demolish that. I might rebuild it in a moment though. Now this army just needs a little bit of time to rest and replenish. Apparently I can upgrade them with level 2 horses now. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. And with that, guys, I'm going to press the enter button and give my ending spiel as I'm about running out of time. If you guys liked the video, slam that like button down below. Subscribe to see more of my content. And I had a good time with this video. I don't think I talked too much to that battle. I was very focused on making sure we were able to kind of win it. Just to make sure this army did its best. I definitely think we played the enemy was basically in the same strategy. They're trying to range us, but we did a better job ranging them than they did ranging us. Oh my god! Looks like Rome is now my southern border, as they've officially taken territory from Egypt and the Levant. So we will need to now deal with them in our underbelly. So we'll definitely need to be sending some armies that way as well. I think I'm going to keep the Roman impersonators going in the direction that they are. And by that I mean I'm going to basically send them to keep going the northwest to take out the area in Thrace. But I'm going to definitely need to start sending some armies down southwest now. Maybe make it even. I can't afford another army. I was going to say maybe make even another army in Syria. I don't really think I can afford that. I think Mesopotamia might be good enough that I can take them out, but we'll see. But we will see that next time, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be, and take care.